Hey guys, my name is Nogan and welcome to my C++ series. In today's video, we will be focusing on the namespace keyword and how it's been used to define libraries in C++ where it becomes like a blueprint where you can also define functionalities in namespace that you can use in your code base when you're designing an API. So guys, if you haven't watched the previous video, please, I'm going to link a card on top there. It was about auto keyword in C++ and how you can define variables using the auto keyword so that it can automatically define you the type of the variable based on declaration initialization. So guys, outside the main function here, I'm going to declare a namespace. So what is a namespace? A namespace is something like I mentioned before that you use to define a API system design if you want to, because it's very powerful if you can use it. Now, when, for example, let's say when a header file, let's say in C++, such as like this one here, iostream, is included in the program, as you can see here. The global identifiers in this program of the header file here also become the global identifiers in the program in the main.cpp file. So what's happening is that therefore, if a global identifier is in a program has the same name as the one declared in the header file of iostream here, then the compiler will generate a syntax error. Now, to try and avoid this, you have to use a namespace keyword or mechanism. I'm going to say namespace. Let me say payment info. It will be now the mechanism. So this is the syntax of how a namespace looks. As you can see, we have also like in line 3 here using namespace std, but now here we're defining our own namespace, so we can use it now to avoid having same global identifiers in the same program. So what's going to happen here? I'm going to declare a few variables, simply const int, let's say pay rate initialize to 15, let's say int again, let's say hours worked. So this program will do a calculation, so we can calculate like the payment of the employees. Int again, I'm going to say days worked. You know, so also say double. Let me say salary. I'm going to declare two methods, which is like methods, but now these are just functions, but when using them in a namespace they're called methods. We'll speak about those concept methods in a much more later video when we touch on classes and objects in upcoming videos. So I'm going to say void, I'm going to say get data. Now this function here will declare two formal parameters, but now it'll be a reference because now I'm going to copy the same memory allocation, so we can use the same data being stored in these two variables, so that you can use it to calculate now the hours, the payment of the employees eventually. So I'm going to say void again. Now here I'm going to say void calculate. You're going to calculate now the payment. So let me just copy the same variables declared here. Just paste them here because we're using the same variables to calculate now the payment. Awesome. So guys, when you are now giving like this functions here or the methods here a body outside the main function here, what you have to do now, you have to give it now the type first, which is the type first of the function, then give it now the mechanism that you've been defining, which is like the namespace of payment information. Then you have to use the scope resolution operator to retrieve them. So example, you have to say void payment information, then you have to use the scope resolution operator, which is double quotation marks here, then you're going to say get data. This is our first function first. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just copy this guys because to speed up the program, and paste it in this and give it now a curly brackets, give it a body. So in this function I'm going to say cout. This is where the usual input now enter your hours worked. Cout again. Enter days worked. Awesome. So what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna do the same thing for the other function. I'm gonna say again void payment. So publish operator and get now calculate and paste the same functions again. If I'm going too fast, guys, don't know what I'm gonna explain everything after the declaration of the variables and stuff. So in this function, I'm going to declare now a function, a variable called double again, but I'm going to give it now a, let's say, net salary, which is like the identifier's name. I'm going to say net salary again, and I'm going to say equal to hours worked times days worked, because we have to calculate like how many hours, using how many hours and how many days you work to calculate like how much you has to get a salary. Then you have to use also a pay rate, which is like the equivalent for all employees. So see out again. I'm gonna say now the net salary is, I'm saying net salary, so we can see like how much the employee received. Awesome. So guys, as you can see, we are done with these two functions. Now in the main function here, very important, we have to declare now two variables, which is like of type int, so we can use them now also here as actual parameters, so it can be linked with these two void functions here. We have the same type of what's it called again, type of variable declared here. So when we do in the main function, I'll say now int again. I'm going to say hours and days. When you call the functions, guys, of these two methods here in the main function, you have to give it now the mechanism name, which is like the payment information again, scope operator, get data, and paste these two local variables here to be declared. Payment info again, calculate hours again, and also days. Awesome. So guys, after this now, what's going to happen is that now these two functions will be called eventually for do calculations, where the compiler is going to jump here and give us calculations about these two. Now Control Shift B, so we can compile a program. Awesome, succeeded. So guys, go to the local debugger so we can run a program and see the output. Awesome. I'm going to say 120 hours that I worked, 20 days. Awesome. As you can see, guys, we gave like a wonderful and a high number here, 36,000. So the employee got like 36,000, which is massive. Wonderful. As you can see, guys, our program is working on point. Now the functions of a namespace mechanism, I'm going to just copy this again and show you guys like how we can use a namespace mechanism to have similar data stored in the mechanism. I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to just say here 1, and I'm going to Control Shift B, compile a program. Awesome. As you can see, guys, no problems here, because why? The namespace mechanism makes sure that now you can use the same type of information declared in the namespace, where it's going to include it now and avoid any duplication of code, where these variables that are declared here can be used in different types of namespace, as long as namespace mechanism, as you can see here, is different. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell notification, then see the repost on my channel.